Adam, thanks so much. Well, colon cancer is the second leading cause of cancer death among men and women combined, claiming over 50,000 lives every year. But despite that, about 35 million people are not current with their screening. Joining us live from New York today to encourage us and share his personal story, very familiar face. Good morning to Harry Connick Jr. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Of course. And Harry, for those of us who aren't familiar, tell us about why this is a close cause to your heart.
Well, I've had dealings with cancer my whole life. You know, my mother died from ovarian cancer when I was 13, and the most recent dealings I've had with cancer were with my wife, Jill. You know, she was diagnosed with breast cancer 5 years ago, and thankfully she's a survivor because she was such an advocate for early screening and early detection. So she would go get her sonograms and mammograms done regularly, and thankfully they detected it early, and she's a survivor. I turned 50 last year, and you know, colonoscopies and colorectal cancer screenings and all of those conversations start happening, and I didn't want to go get a colonoscopy. I just kept blowing it off, and I found out about Cologuard, which for me was perfect because I'm 50, and anybody over 50 at average risk is a candidate for Cologuard, which is on equal standing to colonoscopy. So if you talk to your healthcare provider, they can tell you all about it. Or if you go to new50.com, you can learn all about it. This is a company that developed Cologuard in partnership with the Mayo Clinic. So it's legit, it's for real. It's what I did, and I'm good for 3 years now. So I encourage everybody to go do their research and get on board with it.
Absolutely. And can you tell us a little bit about the campaign that you and your wife Jill are currently involved in to help other people?
Sure. Well, I'm 50. Jill's a couple of years older than I am. The New 50 campaign is to tell people that are 50 and older or just about to turn 50 that 50 isn't what it used to be. 50 is very youthful and cool and energetic and busy and exciting, and you know, getting screened for colorectal cancer is a big part of turning 50. We're talking about 1 in 3 Americans are not getting screened. That's 35 million Americans, and this is the most preventable yet least prevented cancer there is. You know, 1 in 23 Americans is going to be diagnosed with this disease. So let's figure out a way to get everybody screened. You know, 90% of these cancers colon cancers are treatable if they're detected early. So go to new50.com, learn all about it, and talk to your healthcare provider. It's a very cool, at-home, non-invasive option.
And as you said, Harry, 50 is cool now, just like you. And you've done pretty much everything from hosting to singing to just about anything I can think of. But what's next for you? Give us the scoop.
Well, I'm going on tour to some cities around the country in June. I'm also going to be hopefully headed to Broadway sometime around the fall with a new musical version of the classic film, The Sting. So I got a lot going on, and I'm busy, and I'm just thankful to be able to keep doing what I love for everybody. People have been so kind throughout my career, and they continue to be. So I just love performing for everyone, and I'm very thankful I get a chance to do it.
You know, that's actually one of my favorite movies, Robert Redford and Paul Newman, right?
That's exactly right, and I'm lucky enough to play Paul Newman's part, and you know, nobody will ever be Paul Newman, but I like to put my own twist on it.
I'm sure you'll do a fantastic job. Well, thanks so much, Harry, for encouraging us and giving us that inside scoop on what's next for you.
Thank you so much for having me.
Absolutely, Harry. Have a great rest of your day. You guys, that was Harry Connick Jr. He is simply awesome, and we'll be right back with more of The Morning Show.